Welcome to the RotoWire Fantasy Soccer Show. I'm Adam Zdroik, joined back again by Luis Pacheco. We're talking Tuesday's 6-game Champions League slate. Luis, you're mocking me with a winter hat on in Georgia. I told you I woke up, it was 38 degrees this morning. What's going on?
Well, it's 68 right now here, but it's cold inside the house. It was 40. It was 50 something in the morning, but guys, hey, you get snow. So I know it's not 5 months, but at least a week will be fun. So
yeah. So the slate is, I don't know, interesting. What words do we want to use to describe it? We got Liverpool at 80% chance to win. They're home against Rangers. Yeah. Barcelona are the next biggest favorite. They're at Inter Milan. And Liverpool almost have an implied goal total more than one of the next highest team. So that's what we're going to be talking about a lot on this show. And the first thing that stands out, I mean, we always talk about forwards first, but how many people are using Lewandowski at 10.8K when Salah's at 9K? Like, what's going on here?
It's just a matter of performance. It seems that, we talked about the last time we did this a long time ago, that, DK is taking the domestic form, at least for the Premier League or the teams they have, into consideration for Champions League, because it just makes no sense. Like, in a normal slate, when they don't take anything into consideration, Salah would be probably the most expensive player. So yeah, still, I mean, 9,000 is not bad. I mean, but it's forward, right? You can do whatever you feel. I think Lewandowski is too expensive, so I'm not going to play. I also feel that Inter might be a little bit better than what the odds meant, especially at home. So interesting to use Handanovic, I guess, for when we get there. So we'll see, man. I mean, I'm not particularly excited about Lewandowski Salah. I think kind of makes sense, but considering the new Heung-min Son form, but I kind of like. I mean, if you're looking for floor here, I mean, I like Son. Obviously, it seems that Hirving Lozano is gonna play. I wasn't sure he's gonna be available, but it seems that he's gonna be playing.
Who's playing?
So I don't know. I mean, Chucky Lozano, Napoli.
Lozano.
Well, it's on the list. On the list. I'm not sure if he's gonna play, but let's see if you have it there. Yeah, you have it there. It's on the Champions League official side. So.
Yeah, he came off the bench 22 minutes over the weekend, so everyone's projecting him to start again. We'll actually see if that happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I feel like.
So what do you like here? Do you want to go full Liverpool?
For cash games, I just want to say, so what was it, 3 weeks ago, when it was Barcelona at Bayern Munich, Lewandowski was, 11.9K. Like, there are still people that use Lewandowski in cash games. It didn't make any sense. And then we go back to this weekend. Liverpool are home against Brighton. I think Salah was maybe 9.3K, and he was maybe 50% in cash games. So, I mean, it seems like the same people are going to be trying to decide between Salah or Lewandowski, and then one guy's 1.8K less. So it's going to be Salah's probably going to might be on more than 50% of lineups in cash games.
Here's when you get to the speculate, right? Like Liverpool not doing well on domestic, lots of games coming, and probably the easiest rival, right? We will see a rotation, and we haven't seen Salah being benched in a while. But Firmino have a good game. Maybe Diaz enter for Salah, or maybe, I don't know if Darwin Núñez is still available to play. I'm not sure.
Everyone's basically available for him in there.
Yeah. So, I mean, it just depends, right? Like, I mean, if we think, Firmino got super high, obviously, that's where we say that the DraftKings is using the form on domestic, because I mean Firmino hasn't
Nine,
played in forever and have like a brace or 3 goals. I don't remember,
9.7.
but
Yeah.
yeah, so it's just more expensive than Salah. So just some, definitely heavy indication that they're using domestic data for it. So I don't know. I think if you want to use, I mean, if a cash lineup, I mean, talking about cash lineup in Champions League is an oxymoron, because it's just, you never know what's going to happen. But it feels that, if you go Salah at that price, it's a fair bet. I'm not sure if I can do Diaz or Firmino or whoever plays them forward. So I think with Salah only, I feel good about it. But there is a lot of options everywhere. Like, Dembele is pretty expensive, but Rafinha is a little bit more affordable. I say I like Son in Germany. And for floor guys, I like him. I like I don't know if I can do Tadic or Berges. In Napoli, a little bit tougher, but those guys have decent floors and they play at home. What else do you think? I like I really like Matheus Cunha against against Bruges. He was very good against Sevilla this weekend. Just take one game for me to get super high in Atletico. So especially at those prices, right? So I can pay 6,000 for him. Joao Felix is only 5,800. He's not playing much, but it's a good game to have it. Like anyone else, I mean, there's a lot of guys every price range that you can say, well, maybe I can play them if they fit my lineup. So I just think like maybe Salah and someone else would be very popular. I don't know who that someone else gonna be. There's a lot of options. So
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. Like you have the Barcelona guys, even Dembele's at 10K. Those guys are just too expensive to consider, and Tadic, who may not even have any set pieces. Like, why are we paying 9.4K against Napoli? It's kind of a stretch. I mean, all that high range, you got to think it's going to be Salah or one of those Liverpool guys, and someone else is kind of what.
Yeah, people is going to play Harry Kane.
Yeah, I mean, even if Diogo Jota starts at 7.5K, I mean, he's another discount where
that's not bad. Yeah,
like he's still gonna have a floor, because you figure he's gonna take 3-4 shots or something like that. So
no, I agree. I mean, the only concern with Liverpool is like, I mean, form is bad, so that's good for the forwards, because if they concede a goal, they're gonna have to score. And overall, I mean, price-wise, it's not bad. I mean, if you want TAA and Chimicas, I guess we should probably want. They're expensive, like 7,000 each. I mean, not 9,000 as it used to be, but 7,000 still pricey. So I'm not sure if you can fit all the Liverpool you want. I mean, but there are options at midfield that you can probably get for cheap. So, I mean, we talk about Barca. Yeah,
I feel like this Liverpool thing, we have like this conversation every show, whether it's me and you or me and Ryan Belangi or something. It's like, oh, they're in bad form, so like, can we trust them? But I mean, it was a couple weeks ago we said that going in the Ajax match. I mean, they dominated that match. It was only 2-1, but they dominated. I think Ajax maybe only had one shot. There was even a discussion after the loss against Manchester United. They won 9-0 against Bournemouth, and it's like, Rangers is kind of like a Bournemouth.
Probably worse.
Right. So, I mean, we've already seen Rangers give up 4 goals to Ajax. They gave up 3 in their other game. So, I mean, even if like Liverpool aren't playing well in certain spots, I'm not sure like that's enough of a reason to completely go off them. The odds are like this for a reason. Like, this is a spot where 5 goals seems fairly likely. 3 goals seems
absolutely. Yeah.
So it's like, do you want to actually fade those guys? And then if like Salah is 50+% in cash games, like you're not going to have his 20+ points. So and everyone else is going to have it. So can you actually find that somewhere else?
That's a problem too, because you see the rest of the games and none of the other teams have that upside of 4 or 5 goals, right? Like we were talking when Barcelona plays Pilsen at home, it's like Barcelona have the outside of 4 or 5 goals, so you have to have Lewandowski. But so same here with Salah, obviously. Yeah, the other guys definitely. I mean, just my problem is like a playing time or something like that. But you're right. I mean, like I'm sure a Liverpool stack is going to be very popular in cash. So it's just Liverpool is in bad form, but the Premier League is such a different level right now. Every team is just different, right? Like you see the guys playing for Rangers. You see Steven Davis, and he never played for Southampton. He's old now. And John Lundstrom, which was a decent player for a team that got relegated.
Yeah, Sheffield
Everything
United.
else, yeah, for Sheffield, yeah, for Sheffield. Then I mean, I like Tavernier and Barry Sick, but those are just guys. And Hall is McGregor. I think McGregor used to be in Hull City, right? So these guys are. I'm old enough to remember this guy getting a lot of goals when Hull City went relegated, right? So,
Right.
We're talking a team that probably can be Bournemouth, can be like half the championship. So, yeah, it's just a matter of like, hey, like it's expensive. So maybe if you want the defender, which probably they're going to be very, very popular, right? And you want Salah and Diaz or Jota or any of those, probably going to have to make a sacrifice somewhere in midfield, which I think is possible. So just a matter of like getting lucky with the punts, I guess. So
Right. So who are these punt forwards? Who are these lower value forwards that we're actually going to consider here? Like, are you considering any of these Bruges guys? They're home against Atletico. I mean, what are your
Brook
thoughts
is
on
doing
that
great,
guy?
man. Brook is doing great. I
Yeah.
think.
What are your
I mean,
thoughts in this one then?
I like the Atletico guys, but I like Bruges. I mean, if you like Bruges as well, like Ferran Jugla is 6,000, less than 6,000. Joao Felix is 6,000. Morata is around 6,000. So they're more or less all the same price. And you know, I mean, Atletico look better. I mean, not sure if it's going to be enough for an away match because against Leverkusen didn't look as good. But you know, seeing the match on the weekend, I mean, seeing those prices, I can definitely play a Morata, Cunha, Teen. I can play Jugla. I don't mind Jugla or Jarin Chuk. Mostly Jugla. I think Jugla better than Jarin Chuk at the moment. More informed too. I mean, do we like Callum Hobson-Odoi? He might not take some sets, but for 5,200, you got a cheap guy, cheaper than Thiago. That is still forward, but Thiago Alcantara is still forward. But the Porto guys are decent too. You get Evan Nilsson or Taremi. They're the cheapest ones. They're at home. They have to win. Bundesliga teams haven't been very good on the road. Outside Bayern. Let's not count Bayern on this. So you have Pepe Aquino. You have the Porto guys. I like the Atletico guys. I like the Bruges guys. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think there's a lot of options everywhere upside Liverpool guys. So I won't like Ajax just because Napoli's a tough match. And even if there's no sets, I mean, whatever Tadic can do, probably, let's say, Chucky Lozano can do the same, or maybe one of the. I like this Pepe guy in Porto. He seems decent for 4 points, even without set pieces. But you get a 5,000 discount that you can use to play somebody else than you want. So
I think it's pretty. You mentioned Taremi for Porto. It seems like that's going to be the preferred move, just in the cash games.
hold on, I can.
People are going to get Salah, and they're going to get Taremi. Like he's home. He's home against Leverkusen, plus 155 to score. He's only 5K. Like he has the same odds to score as Son Heung-min. Okay, so. I mean, he has the same odds to score better odds to score than Murata. A lot of these other guys up here. I guess Evan Nilsson's up there as well. He's 4,800. I think people will look at those Porto guys, combine them with one of the Liverpool guys. It seems like a pretty reasonable route.
Yep.
My only other thought here in terms of cheaper forwards was this Angzar now, the 20-year-old for Frankfurt. Like he's playing on the wing. He's 4,100.
Yeah,
maybe it's not the best matchup against Tottenham, but I mean, he's home playing on the wing. It's not like Tottenham are
yeah,
unstoppable kind of a thing. So
yeah. I agree. I like him. I think that if you need a player under 5,000, he definitely is a good fit. So
yeah, that's kind of it forward wise. I mean, we pretty much mentioned everyone.
yeah, we did. So yeah, pretty much. I mean, as a summary, like either a lot of Liverpool. I think Salah's son or Salah Kane might be very popular, but there are options everywhere. You can correlate your lineup as best as you want. So
Midfield is I don't know what midfield is. Who is there like? There's not really anyone who stands out midfield wise. Like we have Berghuis at 8,300. I'm not sure he stands out.
yeah,
Maybe does Otavio stand out? Speaking of the Porto guys, just 5,300 set pieces. Home against Leverkusen seems kind of cheap. So
yeah. Octavio Eustachio, both are taking sets, right? Both things decent. Um, I like those guys. I mean, Carrasco starts at 6,700 if he's gonna take set pieces, which he usually does. Not a bad play. I mean, considering that Atletico, you're not going to get 90 minutes out of him, so that's a knock for the price. Um, if Cunha plays instead of Carrasco, you can play Koke for 3,900, but
All right, just for the people who haven't listened to Luis before, he's a big Atletico Madrid fan. So when he
I never
mentioned
recommend Atletico guys, though. By the way,
when he's mentioning Cunha, who has one start this season, I just wanna let the people know that what's going on here.
I, I'm not sure Cunha plays tomorrow, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. It was that good. It was that good of a performance.
he was so good. He did have an assist, 72 minutes, so he's got a lot of stuff going in his favor here.
Yeah. Hey, it's a matter of like, I mean, for the price, I guess you can find somebody better. But if he plays, you get Koke with set pieces, which is for 4,000. I mean, you can do worse than that. Again, Bruges is being better. To have a decent team.
Mhm.
Not, but Atletico seems to turn around. So we'll see, right? Obviously, more a contrarian thing, but there's who is beside the Porto guys and Zielinski? And Zielinski is too expensive to pay for, right? So,
Right. I mean, you
uh,
got Berghuis and Zielinski right there,
yeah,
8,300, 8,400. You
yeah.
think 8,400 is too much for Zielinski, he
That's your boy.
smashed, even though he smashed Liverpool a month ago?
Yeah, I don't know. I think at that price, I feel it's gonna be a reach. I'm not looking into that much for players. I mean, it might be some set pieces and stuff, but I don't feel that there's much goals in there. Um, the Demirbay at 6,900 is not bad. I think a little bit more pricier than the Porto guys, but he had monopoly. I think when he plays, so it's a matter of taking in consideration. Chalkanoglu or Mkhitaryan, I'm not sure. I mean, against Barcelona, I'd rather pass.
Hmm.
I don't know where you are there. And then, I mean, if you want to play the Liverpool guys, well, Elliott is being good for 5,000. Doesn't seem bad. I don't know if it's not him, might be Milner, but you know, not bad options for the prices. Obviously, more boon or bust than anything else. I again, oh my god, guys, don't listen to me. Just don't listen to me. But Marco Llorente playing in the wing was pretty good this weekend. He scored a goal for 3,400. You can do a lot worse. So anyhow, it just depends, right? It just depends what you need. So
Yeah, I mean, we're mentioning these Leverkusen guys here and like Demirbay. It was a couple weeks ago when Porto were home against Bruges, and I don't know if they were the biggest favorite on that slate. They're one of the biggest favorites, but they
yeah,
were outplayed. They lost 4-0. So, like while we do, I think both of us in general like these Portuguese teams at home. Clearly, that doesn't always work out. So, Like these Leverkusen guys are fine as well, even though
Yeah.
we're mentioning these Porto ones too. So
Yeah, I think they're fine for 6,900. Demirbay is fine. Callum Hudson-Odoi is not bad as a hybrid option. I feel for the price, even though I don't think he's taking as many set pieces in Leverkusen, but not sure about that. I didn't see the match this weekend to say anything smart about it, besides what I know for what he did before when Demirbay is not playing.
mhm.
Um, yeah, I mean, it's like you can probably. I mean, what else? I mean, I can do Koke, but I don't feel you need to go that low. I'd rather go Tabio, I think. Um,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think like you mentioned Elliott, and at 5K is I think that's kind of too cheap. He came off the
yeah,
bench over the weekend, so I assume he's going to start. I mean, he gets up the field a decent amount, and then you throw in this matchup. I mean, I think that you can do worse things than that. Like, I
yeah,
think you'll have a decision between like Otavio and one of the more expensive guys like Zielinski, or maybe just do Otavio and Elliott because I mean, it's not like Elliott is a terrible play. He probably should be 6,000 or something here. I mean,
yeah. I
what's
agree.
Ti? Well, even Tiago's 5,500. It seems like there's been slates where Tiago has been 7K. So why is he 5,500 here? So
Because Liverpool form is bad.
they just scored 3 goals.
Yeah, and they scored three on them too.
Yeah, they didn't know how to prepare for the match. It was De Zerbi's first game. Come on.
Well, yes, I guess so. Yeah. I mean, a couple of goals were. I mean, it wasn't the picture couple. Sadly, I mean, I think he played well, but he almost scored a free kick. So anyhow, Liverpool, yeah, definitely very popular. Um, Elliot, yeah. I mean, it seems like when I see the salaries, you can probably make a team with a lot of Liverpool and two guys from other teams, right? A goalkeeper and a defender, right? So on UTL or so, you know,
Yeah,
go
Fabinho
for it, man.
3,300. I probably wouldn't go Henderson just because he's never going 90 minutes, but Fabinho, I mean, we've
No,
seen him score before.
I would go Elliot. I mean, I think Fabinho. I mean, now, I mean, obviously now it's just Fabinho's going to score the goals, but I
Right.
mean, I would go the front three, the two fullbacks, and Elliot. I think that's good. And then you have a space for a goalie somewhere and a, and whatever is available. I think there are some cheap defenders. I feel, but obviously,
Is,
Sanutil is a utility, right? So
is
should we
anyone
move to
else?
defenders?
Yeah. Did anyone else stand out for midfield? Like this Casper Nielsen guy for Bruges, just taking some set pieces. He's
But is
only
Van
four.
Aken gonna play, right? I think. Is he none? Or Sowa? I don't know who's taking the.
Um, let's see. He was. I thought he was taking them.
It
Yeah, I
could
guess
be.
last match. I
They
don't know
didn't
what they
have
had.
many. That was Casper
Oh,
Nielsen the day before. Yeah,
oh, Skav Olsen's actually out, so
yeah,
Nielsen will definitely be on some set pieces.
yeah,
That could mean Jutgla may be on more as well. So
yeah. It could be. Yeah, Casper Nielsen. Put it in there.
plug him in 4K.
Plug it
Uh,
in. Plug and play.
yeah, it's Marcos Llorente. Yeah, it's like why go with these guys when you can just go to 3,300. Like if you're looking in this range, why not just go Fabinho? I know he's more of a defensive midfielder, but how
A
defensive is he going to
correlation.
be
Yeah,
against Rangers? So
it's a correlation play. Yeah.
yeah, defender. I don't know. I think this is pretty cut and dry here. Just plug in Samikas and Alexander Arnold. I feel like they should
Yeah.
both be 8K. So
Yeah, I think those prices are actually affordable. I mean, that definitely be low. Yeah, but we can talk about the util guys. So, and there's guys for everywhere, right? I think using a defender and a utility might be a good play.
I know who you have your eye on.
Let
Molina.
me see. Huh?
Molina.
No, 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 no.
What? Come
Actually, no,
on.
no. I mean, Molina is fine. Let me see the price. For that price, I'd rather go. I mean, I like better. Um,
No one.
I mean, I like Emerson Royale or Marcos Alonso might be a better play. I like there is a the guy that plays for Porto this weekend is pretty cheap, which is the one I was thinking about.
Wendell?
Consensao, I think. Rodrigo Consensao.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think he's gonna
Where's he at?
play.
Yeah, Conce
Consensao or
Sao.
Concepcion, as we said in Spain. Well, in Hispanic.
Yeah, there you
Um,
go.
very
Rodrigo,
much
we'll
like
call him. Yeah, both him and Wendell are pretty cheap here.
yeah. So I don't mind those guys. I mean, for the price, right? So
Hmm.
if you need a 2,700 fullback, I mean, not bad. Wendell is 3,100, a little bit more expensive. Um,
I will say those guys have been getting subbed uh, pretty frequently, just the fullbacks, because what was it? We had Joe Mario start their last match when they lost 4-0, and I think he only went 45 minutes. Sanusi has started there. He's been getting subbed off as well. So that's
um,
something that you got to, like,
when you getting massacred by the lowest team in the group, you
eh,
have to do something, right?
yeah, you got to sub these guys out. But I
Yeah,
look
obviously,
through,
yeah, I agree with you.
yeah,
I mean, you talk about Molina is not bad for the price. He got injured this weekend. I mean, the I don't know. I feel Molina for the price you can do better. Because I'd rather play, for example, I'd rather play Koke with set pieces or Harvey Elliott of utility than Molina. But that's me, right? I mean, it just depends. Now Molina is like the beast, but you know how that goes.
well, is there any reason not to use Samikas and Alexander Arnold, or is this just plug them in and go? Because I mean, it's not like any of these guys really stand out over the other
Yeah, I don't like
ones.
anyone else. I mean, it's not like, oh, you can get better performance. I mean, I don't even think you can get better for Marcos Alonso or I mean, it's Inter. I still have some respect there. So, um, I like. I read that maybe Darmian might start. I mean, we don't know what Inter is gonna do. I mean, obviously for 3,800, you don't have the you have who do you have there a right wing back? You have
I
Dimarco at left.
got
You
Darmian
have
too.
Aslani. Ooh. Oh no, there's Darmian there. Yeah, so you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
Darmian there too. For 3,800, a wing back. He's older, but he
I
can
mean,
do
it's still against
something.
Barcelona though, so
Agree.
I don't know if it's
I like the
needed.
Porto guys, but obviously it's risky. I think Porto for the cheap is not bad. I mean, you can take the risk. I mean, it doesn't need much to give you value. So
Yeah, it's almost like the just as cash build, just because these Liverpool guys are probably too cheap, is that a lot of cash lineups are going to look pretty similar.
yeah,
Like you're gonna have Salah, you're gonna have Taremi, you're gonna have the two fullbacks, probably Otavio. I guess you have to decide on the second midfielder if you're gonna use Elliott or one of the more expensive guys. And then I guess you'll probably have room for Alisson here. So
yeah,
46% clean sheet odds, 5,900 for Alisson. I mean, if you don't, I think this is if you don't spend up on a midfield spot, you're gonna
yeah,
have money for Alisson. That's kind of what it comes down to.
yeah. I think so. We'll see. Uh, I mean, Allison is fine, right? It's just if you have money for sure. I think that um, let's go to the bottom part. So McGregor might be a risk, but he did have good scores against Napoli. But it's just a roulette, right? It's like you might get a lot of shots or not. It depends. So if you have, I mean, I don't mind playing McGregor honestly. If you have no money anywhere else, um,
If you want to bank on 7 saves,
yeah, yes, yes. You
we
want to make
know,
something like Napoli, right? Like they lost 3-0, and he
yeah.
still have like 7 saves, right? So yeah,
We of course know that when you try that, there's a 50% chance he makes 0 saves and allows 6 goals. So just be wary of that one.
oh obviously, yeah, obviously, especially if we play him. If we play him, is doom.
So you just need to tell the chat,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I'm playing this guy in cash, so people know that he's gonna get a 0. So.
Yeah, the McLaughlin started the 4-0 loss at Ajax. He made 5 saves uh, in a 4-0 loss, 2.3 points. So I guess as long as you're in the positive, that's got all you're asking for. So
Yeah. Yeah, then everybody else, the problem is for me, like if I don't do McGregor, right, the guys in the middle, I don't have that much confidence they're going to do well. Like, Handanovic is at home. Barcelona might score, but I don't know if I see many saves there for him, right? Same with Kevin Trapp. I think Kevin Trapp, Tottenham should be favored, but, favored enough for him to get, decent score. I don't know. Then you have Bruges against Atletico, up to you. They did well, but you are already in the 4,500 territory, right? Then you have, I don't mind. I mean, if you see Porto is terrible, just go with Hadreki, right? It just
right.
depends. I mean, I know I hate to do the blender thing, play whoever you want, but I'm between Allison or McGregor. I feel. I mean, and that's it, and everybody else is kind of like whatever.
Yeah, you're either spending up on Elson or you're going down to I'd say at least Mignolet at
Yeah.
4,400. I know
Or,
I
or
know
fit,
you're not going to play
yeah,
him, but
yeah. Fit
yeah,
your
either
lineup
him
and
or
whatever.
Hradecki. Yeah.
Yeah. Do your lineup and whatever is left. You know, get the goalkeeper, right? So that might be the way to go.
Yeah, this was we just zoomed through this, but um it just this defender slate is like there's two guys. I don't know. They're probably both going to be 50+% in pretty much all games. It's just what you're getting from him. I guess the only guy maybe like Marcos Alonso. Like we saw what he did in 90 at Bayern Munich, and maybe he can replicate that. Like I was looking at Bayern Munich at Inter Milan a month ago, and I mean they kind of controlled that one. They took 21 shots, had 11 shots on target. So, I mean, theoretically, if you imagine Barcelona doing the same thing that Bayern Munich did to Inter Milan, then I guess like you can go a route with those Barcelona guys. Uh,
Yeah.
with Marcus Alonso, you probably get Lewandowski in there, uh,
Yeah.
that kind of a thing. But I mean, it's not going to be like a cash move though, because
Yep.
you got Liverpool in there. So
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. It just yeah. It just depends what you want to play. I mean, it's like if you because it's let's say that you have a space for the cheapest guy. You only have 2,700 for for Consensao, right? For Rodrigo. Let's call it Rodrigo.
yeah.
And then it's like, well, I'm gonna go down to McGregor, right? Or let's say you want Mignolet. Let's say Mignolet, right? So then in that case, you have 4,700. So there's not many players I want for 4,700, right? Like if it was 5,000, I can get Elliot. If I didn't have it before, I can get Octavio a little bit more. But with Mignolet, I can't do anything. I mean, with McGregor, probably can. But let's say like there is not much between the Porto cheap fullbacks and 5,000 to say, well, I'd rather go. Maybe I can go. Yeah, let's say just to keep talking about Atletico, Llorente or Koke instead of Conceição. I mean, are they going to be better than the fullback from Porto? Maybe, but it's not guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
And for the price, you'd rather go Allison, right? I think. Now, Allison scares me a little bit lately, but I mean, Rangers are really bad, so hopefully.
Yeah, you got to think that just coming off allowing 3 goals, like they're going to aim for a clean sheet kind of a thing. If they get up 3 goals, they're not gonna. It's not gonna be like what just happened in the Manchester derby here, where Manchester City go up 4 goals and they don't really care to be playing defense, kind of a thing. I don't like. I feel like Liverpool in this spot would kind of play for a clean sheet just based off allowing 3 goals last match. So
I mean, it's just not only for a clean sheet. I mean, can really Rangers do anything? I mean,
True. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's just a matter of like, I mean, can they really do? I mean, it just doesn't feel like. I mean, they need to, cross a lot, and Scott Arfield. My God, Scott Arfield is gonna play. Dear Lord, that's another Burnley guy that barely played in Burnley. So.
Yeah, I mean they're just full of those guys. Their starting center back is another Ben Davies, who like he came from Liverpool, who he
Oh
was
yeah,
I don't
that's a young fella, right?
he was like what 2 years ago when Liverpool had all the center back injuries, like he couldn't even find time. He may have only had one start then. Like he wasn't getting starts over like Reece Williams and whoever else is back there. So that's the Rangers starting center back. So it's like they got a bunch of backups who couldn't get time in Premier League.
Yeah.
This is basically Liverpool against a
Yeah,
championship level
is
team.
Liverpool? If you get lucky with the forwards, I mean, everybody have like 90% plus the fullbacks, and then it's a matter of like if you get the other guy right. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, someone's asking us for GPPs what team we should target in defense, and like,
in
is there even a
defense,
reason? Yeah, in
but you mean like
defense,
in defense, like like target
defender.
defensively or
I
target for
I assume
defenders?
defenders. I assume defenders. So if you don't want to use Simicast and Alexander Arnold, like what is the move? Is it to go cheaper? Is it to go or for like the Barcelona guys?
I'll
Because
go cheaper. I'll go cheaper. If you ask me, I'll go cheaper. I will tell you not to do it though.
are you even considering that? Probably not. I mean, this is 7K. You're plugging in 10 plus points plus upside. I mean, like what? Like why else
Yeah.
do you not want this? Why don't you want this? Like
Yeah,
these guys could
I
have a
like
20-point floor.
yeah, I like DeMarco in general, but for the price and against the opponent, it just makes no sense to me. I mean, Mario Rui or Di Lorenzo makes no sense to me. It's just a matter of like if you want to save money to play. I mean, let's say if you want to play Salah, Lewandowski, Dembele, Son, Kane, you want to play those four guys. Well, in that case, just go very cheap at defender and be lucky, I guess. And
Yeah, just go with the
I don't
Porto
even know
guys.
what else to say. Like, but my target will be the Porto fullback look cheap for being at home. So obviously risk, but
So is your cash and tournament lineup just going to be the same thing? Just plug in 6 Liverpool guys and go from there?
no. I will have. I mean, for me, tournament line of teams to target. Atletico is cheap, so you have a Liverpool stack. Atletico is cheap. If you want Leverkusen, you think Porto sucks. Get a Leverkusen team. I mean, you can almost build a stack of teams that you like. You can have Kane and Richarlison and Son, and then maybe. I mean, Tottenham seems a little bit hard to make for the prices they have. But you like I mean, like a build a second team, right? Like you have, let's say everybody starts with the Liverpool fullbacks, and then just build around that. Hope that Salah doesn't go crazy, or have Salah and the two fullbacks, and then just rebuild the rest of your lineup with the people you want. So
Well, I guess who do you
with a
think
team, right?
yeah, do you think Salah will probably be the most popular Liverpool guys, but
Yeah,
between who would you think, let's say Nunez and Diaz are starting, who would you think would be the next most popular?
Diaz.
So you're saying like Nunez if you wanna fade like Salah and Diaz or something like that, just go Nunez kind of thing. But
If you want to, yeah,
or do you just think all those guys will be fairly popular?
I think so. I mean, especially if Nunez is a lot cheaper than Firmino, right? So
Yeah, because in the past, like pre Erling Haaland, Manchester City, like the strategy was always, use the guys that are going to be less popular, like the Bernardo Silva or I don't know, Grealish or even Rodri, I
yeah,
guess. Use the guys who aren't going to be as popular. But like with the trio up front for Liverpool, it's almost like in this spot, like all these guys are going to be pretty popular. So
yeah.
maybe even like I don't know, maybe Thiago will be least popular, just from like maybe even the front six here, just because Harvey Elliott's 5,000. Why not? Why use Thiago when Harvey Elliott's 500 cheaper? So
I don't
just trying to find different ways to use Liverpool, I guess is kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I think probably. I think the strategy for GPP is that, right? Like get the fullbacks, get Salah or one of the Liverpool forwards, and then the rest of the spots build it with one team that you think is going to do well.
Well, yeah. Let's say that Liverpool, they score 5 goals. 5 different players get goals. Maybe none of them even get assists. So maybe no one's even above 20 points. I mean, that's possible. It's possible. I mean, goals will be spread out. Liverpool have a lot of guys who can score. Yeah. Would your move be like going with Barcelona, going with that route, or like attacking a different match? Like, what if like this Ajax Napoli match is a little bit up and down, and you want to look at some of those guys in here, do something, Zielinski and someone else, or Tadic and someone else, kind of a thing. I feel like that matchup kind of pops out more than like these other ones. I mean, Atletico Madrid, Tottenham, like Leverkusen. I mean, those ones just seem to be a little more defensive.
But if let's think about that. Yeah, I mean, I like, if you go to the odds, let's go to the over unders on the goals, right? So the totals, right? So what is besides Liverpool, you have Ajax is 3.2. Barcelona is at 3. Atletico at 2.5. So it's just 2.8 for Tottenham. So you have, maybe 3, maybe 2 goals, right? It's not as much difference. But when you go see the salaries, I mean, Tadic's 10,000, Joao Felix is 5,800. So that is the problem, right? Like, because, I mean, I would like to build a Lewandowski, Salah, a Barcelona, Liverpool stack, but I mean, you can't. Yeah. Unless you use the Porto fullbacks, but do you want to do that? Right. So that's the problem, right? Because I like Ajax and Napoli. I agree with you. I think it might be a fun game, open game to see somebody scores or not. But Zielinski is 8,500. So do you want to really risk Zielinski instead of maybe take a gamble on Luis Diaz? It just feels hard. I mean, it's hard to play Napoli, Ajax, and Barcelona at those prices, because you always find like the maybe safer option to go to Liverpool. So if you want to change, it's like, well, I can do the Porto guys. Maybe they scored, like you see, Porto probably is the lowest. Well, Porto is 295. So say, well, Porto is favored, 295. Well, let's play Taremi and play Evanilson. But I mean, we don't like those guys as much. So,
right.
So it's just a matter of like, I feel that, just do that. Like, hey, if you want Porto, do Porto with Liverpool, because you can do it because the salaries are affordable, but you cannot do the other 2 teams unless you sacrifice the Liverpool pieces, it will be okay, at the end, who knows, right? But
right, I think that just because of how popular like Liverpool is, and then Barcelona in general, I think that there's really a lot of different ways to win tournaments. There's going to be a lot of guys that are sub 10%, sub 5%, and like you can find goals that no one else is going to have, kind of a thing. I'm just scrolling through, like Kudus. We didn't even mention Kudus for Ajax. He's been pretty good for them in a couple matches here, and 7,400. Just a guy that we looked over when talking about forwards. It's like Ajax Napoli match, okay, but there's going to be guys like that where they have they have decent odds to score. Maybe this match is has a few goals in it, and Kudus is probably going to be like a guy who's 5%. So, like, if you can find a goal at 5%,
Adam, I can't get it out of your head, man. Just put the line up with Ajax and Napoli. When you start, you are so stubborn about it. Something's gonna happen. Like happened with Zielinski last time. You scored 2 goals, man. Do it. I hear you, but I can't play Kudus at 7,800. I can play Evanilson for 4,000, but I cannot play Kudus at 7,800. I just can't. I'd rather play Rafinha.
Well, what if you have, like, what if there's 4 goals in this match. What if Kudus
Of
gets
course, no. Obviously, if I had the Back to the Future DeLorean, I would tell you. But
I'm helping you win tournaments here. Like you want to
yeah, no.
play.
Obviously, I'm tournaments. But like, listen to me. I agree with you that Ajax and Napoli are great. The problem with Ajax and Napoli is you have to sacrifice a lot just to put them in.
Oh, I know. You're
So
just
that's the problem. So you say Kudos does well, but Kudos is expensive.
yeah. I'm saying like, what if Kudus gets or any of these Ajax guys or any of these Napoli guys? What if these guys are 20 plus points, 25 plus points, and then we got Liverpool? Maybe they get 5 goals, but as I said, what if one guy isn't? What if we don't have like a Firmino who's getting a hat trick kind of thing? I mean, we saw the 9-0 win for Liverpool against Bournemouth when Salah was sub 10 points. He didn't make the score sheet. So like there's plenty of times where even if Liverpool dominate a game, it's not like these guys are all of them are gonna have more than 20 points. So
totally.
And then you combine that with just these guys not being as popular.
Totally.
I mean, this is all tournaments. Of course. Like everyone's gonna have Liverpool and cash games and whatnot, but I mean, I get it that it's like, why do you want these guys when you're getting pretty much guaranteed production in a better spot? But
no, I mean, not that it's guaranteed.
It just depends if you want to win $1 million or not. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, exactly. My thing is just that, like, it's just you can have a team with Ajax and Napoli, but you are in that case you have to, give up most Liverpool, which is fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm agreeing with that. I mean, my thing is that, well, I don't know what's going to happen. Ajax might have better production than Porto, for example, but if Liverpool does pretty well, and I have Salah and the fullbacks do well, and then the other guys don't do as well, and I can hit Porto score 3 goals or 2-1, and you hit the 2 goals in Porto with the guys you have, well, in that case, might be better than having Luis Diaz, right? And you can do it because the salary are affordable. In the case of playing Kudus, Tadic, Burgess, Lozano, Zielinski, you don't have enough money you have to sacrifice something, right? Especially the defenders. I don't think you can do it. Maybe you can. Maybe people find a way to do it, but
I figured it out.
You did. Awesome.
It's
the winner.
We still have a bunch of Liverpool guys, except it's Harvey Elliott and it's Thiago. We have those guys. We still got the fullbacks, and then you plug in, you pick and choose who you want from whatever match you want to attack, whether it's like Ajax, Napoli, or whoever. So like you're getting the less popular Liverpool guys, and then you're also getting the less popular goal scorers for these other matches. I think that's pretty much a guaranteed win. You just got to find who's ever scoring these goals, right?
That's it. That's all you need. Go win, babe.
You also have to hope that Salah doesn't get a hat trick, Nunez doesn't get a hat trick, and Diaz or whoever starts doesn't get a hat trick. That's also what you have to hope for. So,
or the guys you get do better than them. It's possible, right?
Yeah.
So, no, I'm with you. It's just a matter of like, if you want a mild contrarian GPP, you can get like the 3 months. You don't get leverage in the most popular Liverpool guys, and then you get leverage in the rest of the lineup. But it doesn't matter at the end.
Yeah. All right, you got any other thoughts here for us?
I got nothing. Let's see tomorrow. Nothing? Tomorrow's not going to be fun.
Tomorrow so we just had this conversation about Liverpool as a big favorite. Tomorrow we have Manchester City home against Copenhagen, and
yeah, play Haaland, play Foden, play Kevin De Bruyne, and good luck.
Yeah, right? I can't wait to see what those prices are going to be. If there is to be a 13K player, you got to think that it's Haaland on Wednesday slate, right? I mean,
yeah. I think we might hit it. We might hit it. I'm not sure if the ceiling is 13, but I think we might hit it. So
yeah, we should. All right,
man.
All right, Luis. That's all we got for Tuesday 6-game slate. We'll be back, I think, tomorrow for Wednesday slate. But we're back, and we have
Hey, DraftKings, if you're listening, hey, can you post the salaries early? Just the API or something like that, so we can work on it. So
Yeah,
we don't have to stay
DraftKings.
till nighttime.
Also, thanks for listening, DraftKings.
Thank you.
I forgot. Okay, yeah, we got 4 weeks of Champions League matches over the next 6 weeks. So there's
And
going to
the
be
World Cup, and then the World Cup.
and then the World Cup. There's
I
going to
mean,
be a
I'm not
lot.
doing the World Cup, but I know you guys are. So
There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. There's going to be I'm saying this every show, but it's just like every morning I wake up and it's like, oh, there's a slate. Oh, there's a slate we got to talk about. Oh, okay. I just did a show for Leicester City, Nottingham Forest. And it's like, oh, okay, here we go. There's going to be a lot of stuff, but rotowire.com/soccer trial, free 10-day trial. No credit card required. That's it. Tuesday show. Luis, you can find him at Pacheco on Twitter. I am at Zdroik. We'll see everyone in about a day from now talking about Wednesday slate. But thanks for watching. See you later.